The day is finally here. My cousin and very first best friend is getting married. We have had countless adventures together over the years, moments where I didn't think I'd ever look back and think, man, those were the days. From playing dress up in our matching pink and purple dresses, pretending to be twins, fooling random strangers, playing school, forcing Dallas to be our one student all day long, to going on treasure hunts around Gaga's house, building sandcastles in our matching French braids, taking tequila shots in Mexico, being beach bums all summer in California, to moving to Dallas together, being roommates while we figured out our career paths and our love lives. We really have been by each other's sides through it all, and I am honored to be able to stand by your side today as you begin another new chapter of your life. You have an amazing heart, and you love and care for people in a way most people are not capable of, which is something truly special and admirable, and I love you so much. And Nick, please take care of her. If she says she needs a bean burrito, she needs a bean burrito stat. I wish nothing but happiness and a beautiful life for the both of you. So everybody raise a glass and cheers the new couple.
That was amazing.
Good evening, everyone. I am Alex. I am a brother of the groom, best friend, and as of today, best man. When I was younger, I always looked up to my older brother. Thought he was the coolest person in the world, and I wanted to be just like him. So much so that I would steal his clothes and try to dress like him. Luckily, he doesn't need to worry about that anymore now that he wears short shorts and a fanny pack. So, nonetheless, we were partners in crime all growing up, from the times that we would escape from cleaning and hide in our room and play with our Legos and toys, to the time when we took all of my mom's nice couch cushions outside and built an American Gladiator obstacle course. And for those who aren't familiar, American Gladiators is a show from the 80s, a game show. It's Nick's favorite show, where a bunch of very muscular men were all oiled up, and we called them gladiators. And then we'd have contestants on the show that were much smaller, and the gladiators would beat the hell out of them. So obviously, when we played, I was the gladiator, and he was the wimpy contestant. But nonetheless, as we grew through the years, we remained partners in crime, all the way up until he was a senior, a football star, and I was a sophomore. And Nicky would let me tag along with him and all of his big football friends, as me, just like the nerdy younger brother, just tagging along. He never outgrew his younger brother, and he never was too cool for me. And Nicky, I appreciate you and that and everything that you taught me all throughout the years more than you will ever know. And I love you, man. But today's not about that. Today is about my brother getting a new partner in crime. So, first time I met Brookie was when she was visiting our house for the holidays one year. And my brother had been telling me, he's like, man, you got to meet her. You're going to love her. You guys are going to get along so well. And he wasn't wrong. We got along amazingly. And Nick asked me after I met you, he's like, so what do you think? And I told him, and you can ask him this. I told him, like, man, I think that this is the best woman you have ever brought home to meet the family. Without a doubt. And I also said that you're way funnier than him. But he agreed on that too. But you can't take your first impression as the only impression. So the second time I met Brooke was when these two came to visit me in California. I think during this trip, they got lost where they parked their car at the airport. Then they got lost about which rental car company they booked with. They got lost getting to my house. And then we went sailing. And Brooklyn, we took off from the Oceanside Marina. We'd been sailing for like 5 minutes, and she's a California native. She looks to the left, she sees a small pier and like 4 buildings, and she asks me, she's like, is that downtown San Diego? Sorry, is that downtown San Diego? And I said, yes, Brooklyn, it is. They were so lost the entire trip, and for many of their trips, that our family endearingly started calling them the Tweedles. Tweedledee, and Tweedledum. But no matter how lost these two always were, the one place that Brooklyn was always able to find was her place in all of our hearts. And we have just grown to love you so much as part of our family, and we're just so honored to have you. And I'm honored to have you as a new sister. So, I've seen these two grow for years now, and the light in Nick's eyes when he looks at Brooklyn has only grown brighter with every year. They've still remained just as lost, but at least now I know that no matter how lost they get, they're going to be lost together as they navigate through life together. So, I'd like everyone to raise their glass with me as we toast the brand new partners in crime, my brother Nick and my new sister, Brooklyn Markowski.
Seriously?
I'm so glad we changed the lineup. I have to follow Alex. That was amazing, Alex. I'm so proud of all of you. So I'm going to read mine so I don't forget anything. Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Cindy, and I'm the mother of the groom, the very proud mother of the groom. And I'm overjoyed to be here today to celebrate my son, Nick, and his beautiful wife, Brooklyn. Thank you all for coming tonight and celebrating with us in this absolutely stunning venue. It's just beautiful, absolutely perfect. I want to start out by saying to Brooklyn, welcome to our crazy, loving family. As Alex said, you've always been a part of our family, and now it's official. Jim and I are grateful to have you as another daughter. You fit in beautifully with us, and thank you for loving my son so deeply and being his person. I knew all along there was something different with this girl. I knew it. I would talk to Talia or Jim. I said, there's something different about this one. Nick he was extremely affectionate and so loving and so kind. And you just knew there was something special there. And I just knew she was the one all along. I knew he had fallen hard, and I knew she had his heart. And then I really knew things were serious when one night I'm talking to Nick on the phone. I always tell this story. Brooklyn was working until about 11, and Nick's on the phone with me at about 10 o'clock, and he's like, Mom, I got to go. I got to clean before Brooklyn gets home because she was going to look at me with those eyes, and I just can't take it when she looks at me with those eyes. And so I'm like, okay, go clean. So good for you, Brooklyn. Good job. I did make them clean their rooms when they were growing up, but somehow along the way that got lost. But he was definitely worried. So good for you. And now to my precious Nick. Today is your wedding day, and I am truly the proud mother of this groom. I am blessed to have you as my son, my firstborn, the one who made me a mama. The minute I saw your eyes and held you in my arms, I knew what unconditional love really was. You changed my life forever. You were what and who I needed in my life. I was given the greatest gift of love and joy when God gave me you. Every day with you in my life has been a day filled with happiness, just knowing you are mine. You were an easy son to raise. You were so excited about life. You excelled in school and athletics. I loved watching you at every game you played. I truly am your perfect fan. You light up my world. On your wedding day, I want you to carry with you my forever blessings of a life filled with happiness for you and your beautiful wife and your future family. You have become an extraordinary man of strength and courage. You will be the backbone of your family, and you will love and lead them through the sad and the joyful times with grace. You are my hero, and you will always be a hero in their eyes. You are the real superhero, the one who doesn't need a cape, although you have worn many, just to name a few. When Nick was little, he started out his first cape with his towel. We tied a towel around him. But then he went on to wear a Superman cape, a Batman cape, a Spartan cape, an Obi-Wan Kenobi cape, a Peter Pan cape, a Musketeer cape, just to name a few. You were always a protector, and you have always taken care of those who couldn't protect themselves. I admire you so much for that. Your Captain America shield, the real one, is your eyes, your intelligence, and your charismatic way with words throughout your life. You truly are one of the good guys. And I thank all of the men and women here who are officers here. So thank you. To Nick and Brooklyn, my wish for you is to believe in yourselves, live your life adventurously, love your family passionately, fill your days with laughter, enjoy the precious moments at the family dinner table. Those are the most precious. Keep playing cards and board games. Make the best memories you can. Take time to smell the roses and breathe in the fresh air. Take notice of the beauty in your home and all around it. Have an attitude of gratitude for the daily blessings in your life. Always make each other feel special and never ever take a day for granted. So you can lay your heads to rest each night knowing that you cared enough to make the day brighter for that special someone in your life. And lastly, Nick, you're an inspiration to me and so many others. I absolutely adore you, my son. As I listen to the words from the Then and Now song I listened to so many times, Nick, no one can ever break this bond between us of mother and son. You have my forever love and trust. Jim and I will always be here for you in Brooklyn. You can count on us no matter where you land. So to Nick and Brooklyn, I have no doubt that the two of you will have a long and happy life together. May your love continue to grow and flourish, and may your marriage be filled with laughter, love, and many fun adventures together. So let's all raise our glass to this beautiful, happy couple. So to Nick and Brooklyn, congratulations. And may you have a life filled with love and happiness. I love you both. I love you, my son.
First of all, thank you, Cindy, for breaking down some paper. Old school. I saw Ashlyn using the phone. I was like, I got 20 font here. Alex Freeball. Yeah. Alex, you're a stud. I couldn't do what you did. Hold on a second. I'm a little nervous here. Don't mind. He's got it. I got it. Alrighty. Good evening. I want to thank everyone for making their journey here to Florida to witness a special wedding between Nick and Brooklyn. We truly appreciate all of you have traveled from as far away as New York, California, Nevada, Ohio, Colorado, Oklahoma, Maryland, Georgia, and the great state of Texas. So from the bottom of our hearts, it wouldn't be the same if you weren't all here, just a little bit cheaper. First, I'd like to thank you, my beautiful wife, Kathy, for the endless hours of preparation to make this all possible. The hours and days of work you put in this are absolutely amazing. That's the easy part. And it takes a special person. That goes for our marriage as well. This past June was 30 years. I love you, babe. Nick and Brooklyn, we've set the bar high, and I know you will too. I promise you. Brooklyn. Where do I start? From day one, I knew you were going to be a rebel. Mom was 9 months pregnant, and we went to our final check with Dr. Burbrick, Dr. Burbrick, he said, bad news, she's breech. I'm like, okay. Dr. Burbrick said, well, we can't deliver her like this. We'll have to do a C-section. And I'm thinking in my head, I was like, first kid, already causing issues, hasn't even taken her first breath. She grows up and the hits keep coming. Interesting boyfriends, totals 2 of our cars, goes to Arizona State and single-handedly keeps them ranked as Sports Illustrated's #1 school in the party school in the nation. Kathy and I are scratching our heads, wondering where the heck did she come from? She graduates college. Hold on. Moves back home. She expressed interest in police work, and I was immediately get her a job at the police department by greasing the skids, taking care of all of her interviews, even the ones she's late to. I get calls from sergeants like, she's not here. I say, stand by, she'll be there. Just relax. You'll be all right. Yeah, you owe me one. Before I start getting, it wasn't long before I start getting complaints. She gets hired as a property evidence technician. And it wasn't long before I start getting complaints from the watch commanders that the young weekend patrolmen are suddenly interested in their evidence. They booked in a few weeks ago, and they're hanging at the counter talking to Brooklyn. So I send some of my thugs, scoot the kids away, and they did, and we got it handled. Brooklyn then decides she wants to be a nurse. I ask her about, hey, what about that 4-year degree in sociology we got? She goes, Dad. No big deal, I guess. So off we go to Texas Tech University Nursing School, and she moves to Dallas. My best friend is leaving California. That was hard. We drove 17 hours in her car over a 2-day period and laughed till we could cry. Playing all kinds of music, playing a bunch of comedians, just having a blast. While I'm sure she was wondering, what the heck am I doing? Right? That 17 hours felt like 17 minutes. I'd do it 10 times over. Didn't take long before she met Nick, the man of her dreams. She was proud to tell me he was a cop and wanted us to meet him. We met, and we could clearly see that they liked each other. And the romance grew to love and marriage a few years later. Nick, so where do I start? Brooklyn told me she was dating a cop from Dallas, and he wanted to meet the parents. I'm having a hard time seeing here. I'm sure there's nothing worse than being a cop and dating a cop's daughter. Maybe nothing worse than, but a little nerve-wracking. We eventually let our guards down and respected each other's opinion. Hold on, page 3. On a variety of police topics. Nick isn't scared to voice his opinion, and neither am I, while being stubborn as a mule. Nick, I'm sure you get used to me. Mick comes from a very competitive family, and we'll be entering one equally as competitive. All in good fun, as long as I win. Right, Nicole? That's a story. All kidding aside, thank you for loving our daughter. You have brought the best Brooklyn forward. The person she is today is what we dreamed of bringing up as a child. We wish the two of you the best of luck in the future. Remember, marriage is a marathon, not a sprint. Either way, Brooklyn will be cruising in a 10-minute mile. Love you guys, and welcome to the family, Nick. At this time, I'd like to recognize those who are not present this evening and are looking down upon us from the heavens above with huge smiles. It includes Brooklyn's grandfather, my dad, Mike Haggerty Sr., and Kathy's dad, William Clark. Her great-grandparents, Harriet, Frank, Richard, and Rose. Nick's grandfather, Franklin, his sister, Haley. Also, my sister, Kelly, who left the earth way too early. She loved to call Brooklyn Haggett, and cause her to smile really wild. Kelly's son, Greg, my nephew's in the crowd. Thank you for being here. I'm almost done, guys. They all left this place way too early. This reminds me of an old country song. I wish heaven wasn't so far away. I pack up the kids and I go for a day. I think we'd all do that, and today would be no different. A special note to my mother and Brooklyn's grandmother, who couldn't make it this evening. I know you're sitting in your chair back in New York, watching this on FaceTime, I'm sure. We love you and wish you could have made the trip. What a special day. Let's raise our glasses and give a loud cheers to Mr. and Mrs. Nicholas Markowski. Congrats, guys.
Love you so much.